What happens when bias collides with authority in a space that claims to treat everyone equally? At Gate C19 in JFK International, 17-year-old Maya Thompson stood quietly in line, holding a first-class boarding pass to San Francisco. Her backpack carried nothing illegal, just a laptop, charger, and a solid-state drive containing FluxCore, a revolutionary data compression algorithm that had just earned her the prestigious Polaris grant and a keynote slot at the Innovate Forward conference. Her name had been in Wired, TechCrunch, even Forbes, Next 30 Under 30. But none of that mattered to the woman at the gate. Linda Packer didn't see a tech prodigy or the youngest speaker in the conference's history. She saw a black girl in a worn hoodie and sneakers that didn't scream wealth the way she expected first class to. Maya handed over her boarding pass, polite, a little nervous. The scanner lit green. Approved. But Linda didn't smile. She stared, arms folded. This ticket doesn't match your profile, she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. Zone 1. 2A. You're sure you're in the right place? The words weren't a question. They were a warning. The kind of coded language Maya had grown used to, accusation disguised as customer service. Yes, Maya said calmly. It was booked through the Polaris Foundation. I'm speaking at her, but before she could finish, Linda tore the ticket in half. Gasps echoed behind her. A man in a suit actually said Jesus Christ under his breath. David, the junior agent at the next computer, froze. Linda, that scanned green, it's a fake, Linda cut in. I've seen these scams before. Bought online with a stolen card. Sit down and wait for security. Maya didn't move. She didn't yell or cry. She pulled out her phone, pressed a single contact, and said only this, Gate C19. JFK. They tore up my boarding pass. The name's Linda Packer. She hung up. Linda rolled her eyes. What, your dad gonna come rescue you? Who even are you? Maya didn't answer. She stood still, the quiet center of a storm that hadn't fully arrived yet. And then, it hit. The monitors in the terminal flashed red. Departures vanished. A loud voice on the speaker, security lockdown initiated. Please remain calm. Travelers froze mid-conversation, mid-sip, mid-swipe. 6 federal agents in dark suits swept through the terminal. No TSA. No port authority. These were DHS. The man in front stepped toward Maya. Miss Thompson, he asked. I'm Agent Caldwell. Your father's office contacted us. Linda's face turned the color of wet concrete. Wait, what? Caldwell ignored her. He turned to David. Did she present a valid boarding pass? David stammered, yes. It scanned green. And you tore it up? He asked Linda. I thought it was fake. I didn't know you interfered with a federal traveler under protection, Caldwell said coldly. That's a federal crime. Wait, protection? Why would she? Because her father is the Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security, Caldwell said, his voice steady, unflinching. And she's a guest of the U.S. Innovation Council. What you did was not just offensive. It was unlawful. Cameras were already rolling. Passengers filming. Linda's name would be trending by nightfall. She was escorted away, shouting nonsense about protocols, her voice drowned by the chaos she created. Maya was reissued a new ticket. The flight was delayed but not cancelled. She boarded to applause, which she didn't acknowledge. She took her seat, 2A, opened her notebook, and wrote. At Innovate Forward, her keynote was standing room only. She didn't tell the story in her speech, but she didn't need to. Everyone already knew. Her quote went viral anyway: compression in data makes room for truth. Compression in judgment deletes it. By the time she landed back home, Linda Parker had been fired, blacklisted, and formally charged. She lost her job, her benefits, her pension. She's now on the federal no-fly list. Rumor has it she works custodial at a local library. Maya. She declined a private jet, asked Apex Air to donate $1 million to fund young women in STEM. Her company is valued at $40 million and rising. And still, when asked what stuck with her the most, Maya always says it wasn't the applause, or the money, or the headlines. It was the moment right before she boarded, when the woman next to her leaned in and whispered, "We all saw what happened. I'm sorry we didn't stop it sooner." Because sometimes justice isn't a fist slamming down. Sometimes it's a whisper that makes cowards go quiet. Now let me ask you, if Maya didn't have the name, the father, the power, would anyone have believed her? Would Linda still be working Gate C19? Would you have stood up or stayed silent? Let that sit for a minute. Then tell me, how does it take for someone to belong in C2A?